Alright, so I wanted to share something with you that God revealed to my family very, very recently. And it is in regards to marriage, it's in regards to dating. First of all, marriage is a God concept. And what I mean by that is it's the same thing as like salvation. It's the same thing as when we say the second coming. When we say things like the second coming, we all know as believers, we're talking about Yahshua coming back to this earth a second time to take his people with him to heaven, who have been faithful to him, his remnant, his church, his bride, right? When we say salvation, we're talking about how Yahshua died on the cross for our sins. He was the sacrificial lamb to cleanse us from our sins and give us the opportunity to receive forgiveness. That's what we mean when we talk about salvation. And so when we talk about marriage, we have to understand that marriage is as God defines marriage because he created marriage. So what we have as believers have allowed people to do is take God concepts and change them and then follow what they say those concepts are and deny what God says those concepts are. So let me help you understand what the Bible and what God says about marriage. Marriage is this: Adam and Eve. God gave Eve to Adam. Now, in this sense, God was almost like Eve's father, really is, and he presented and appointed Eve to be with Adam. Now, in regards to homosexuality, my brother and I always like to joke and say this, that God didn't give Adam Steve, he gave Adam Eve, and he didn't do an either or, what you want to do. Like, he didn't give him any options. He just told him, Eve. He presented her. So when we think of marriage, actually dating is not a part of it at all. There's this new thing where I'm marrying to date, but really what you're doing is taking a worldly concept that God never ever orchestrated to be in existence at all, and you're saying, I'm going to do it God's way. You're going to do secular to God's way, which doesn't work. It doesn't work. You can't do something sinful and that's not of God, then expect it to lead up to a holy and righteous thing that is of God. So the way marriage works in the Bible was an arranged marriage. And we always have this crazy concept in regards to that. But the truth is that God appoints a man and a woman to be together. And if those two are in and under Yahweh's will, he will match them together and they will come together. What God is revealing to his people now is that no, dating is not it. Not even courting is it. Because if you look at any example of marriage in the Bible, it was appointing. With Abraham, with Isaac and Rebekah, Abraham said, go find a woman from our tribe, from our people. And he appointed that marriage. There was no dating. There was none of that stuff. It didn't exist. So let's try to focus on what is the truth. Get with it. That's why this is Truth with Z.